in your situation, you have like real life experience with like
Mhm.
that world that does
Yeah.
exist,
Yes.
so how would you respond to someone that says witchcraft does not exist?
There's a lot of different ways you can go about that. One thing I always like to kind of tease them with is, okay, then go spend a month in Haiti or any third world country for a month, and then see what you think after that. Is that people who make such adamant claims like that, like for example Richard Dawkins and all those who, the late Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris, Bill Nye, the late Stephen Hawking, many of these types who are atheistic, or who just so physical, so material, that they have no open-mindedness to it or no willingness to even try. They will never step foot near an actual coven. They'll never seek it out. They'll never actually want to try to back up their claims. They are so content with their own personal preconceptions because it aids them, it's comfortable to them, because they've created a reality that they are comfortable in. As we see in Romans 1:18-25, they suppress the truth in unrighteousness. And they worship and serve the creature more than the creator, and they change the truth of God into a lie. The other thing about that too is people say such things. Well, then I got some questions. If that's true, then please tell me, what do you do with the billions and billions of people down through time and even up to the modern day who have seen, heard, felt, experienced hauntings, poltergeists, paranormal events, and they swear by it? Are they all absolutely insane? What about the Tower of London? That's one of the most haunted places on the earth. What about poltergeists, these things that millions and billions of people have seen and experienced? Are they all crazy? Then there's the other aspect to argument I like to use. I used this on an atheist friend of mine years ago, and it really got him thinking. He flat out denied the reality of God, angels, heaven, hell, supernatural, all that kind of stuff. And I said, okay, let's say that Big Bang and all that kind of stuff and evolution is true, and that there was a big explosion, Big Bang, it ripped through the cosmos and all the matter, and it started creating life. Do you believe that life could exist on another planet? Well, obviously, say yes, because if we happen to evolve here, obviously, life could evolve somewhere else. Okay. Do you believe in the theory that of Stephen Hawking had about the dimensional planes? That we're on the third dimension, there's a fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, all the different dimensions. And he was an adamant believer that life existed on other dimensional planes of existence. Do you believe in what Hawking's believed in about life on other dimensional planes of existence? He said, well, yeah, of course I do. I'm like, okay, so what do you call God, angels, heaven, hell, but beings and places that live on another dimensional plane? You just hate the Christian terminology. You don't hate the idea. See, it comes down to personal bias. They hate that they are hate against God, they hate against the Bible, they hate against Christianity, they hate against anything that is remotely biblical or godlike. But they like the idea of life elsewhere, but not just what we call it. They want to call it something else. So, like Richard Dawkins standing up at the Rally for Reasons, screaming, "Go mock the Christians with contempt," he says. He didn't say mock the Buddhists, mock the Hindus, or mock the Muslims. He said mock the Christians with contempt. Why specifically picking on Christians? Because there's an innate personal bias against it. So anything that would feed to any form of credibility or validation of the word of God, you're going to see the world and the devils and all godlessness opposing. And they're going to be switching it upside down and creating some form of variant that is untrue, just slight differences, but again, innately being against God. So people who don't believe in witchcraft, it's because they never sought it out. They are personally comfortable disbelieving it, and they just have a specific bias against it, and they want to create a reality that actually contradicts the Lord.